Hey guys, 94 Films here. This is Buzz. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make your own custom bike skins, custom rider gear, clothing and boots, stuff like that. I'll just show you how to edit all of that. Programs you're going to need are, of course, Mad Skills Motocross. This works with the demo and the full version, so you're good on that. WinRAR, that's a free program. I'll include a download link for that in the description. And of course, Photoshop. It doesn't matter which version of Photoshop as long as it's above 7. And CS3 is kind of recommended for this because of the polygonal lasso tool that you can use. Or just basically any program that works with the transparent layers, stuff like that. So Photoshop is perfect for editing the skins for Mad Skills Motocross because they're in PNG files and they have transparent backgrounds. So get started by going to let's close that. Go to Start. Go to My Computer. And you're going to go to your local disk, C drive, and scroll down to Program Files, and then you're going to open Mad Skills Motocross folder, and then you're going to go to Data. Okay, as you see all these files here, and they have the WinRAR icons. If you've never worked with jar files before, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Resources folder, resources.jar, and you can go to Open With, and then WinRAR should be right here. If it's not, just go to Choose Program and look it up on the computer. It should be in your program files. So you can WinRAR Archiver. I'm going to go ahead and X out of this folder just to kind of keep lag from going on. And then you just close that. You don't have to buy anything. Go to Images. You're going to scroll down. And you're going to see Skin 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have 5 different color bikes and riders in this game. So Skin 1 is your default rider skin. That's the one you ride with in the game. The only one that the game actually comes with. I'm surprised they actually did it like that. So you got to double click that and see you have Chad Reed's Honda right here. This is I'm going to minimize this. This is his 2011 Supercross bike graphics. So Factory Effects actually just released new graphics for Chad's bike on their website the other day. So I'm going to go ahead and just update things and get his new bike design on here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the internet, just Internet Explorer or Firefox, doesn't matter, it's down here. And go to factoryeffects.com, that's an X, there's tons of rider skins. Then go to Moto, and then where's the Team Graphics? Oh, Graphic Kits. You go to Team Graphic Kits right here. And here's Chad's bike right here. It's pretty sweet. So you notice how it's got white around it. If you're looking for a bike skin to do, it's recommended that you have one that's got white around it. Not like the InStyle website where they have a bunch of gradient backgrounds behind it. That just makes everything hard to cut. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy image, copy it. I'm going to minimize that. Minimize this. Actually, no. Open that. Make sure you still keep this open and your resources.jar file open, because any change you make to your skin can be saved into the game. It's just the easiest way to do. So keep resources.jar file open, and you keep your skin1.png file open for default. So I'll minimize that, and then I'm going to open Photoshop. Okay, cool. Now that you got it open, you got Photoshop up and running, go back to your skin that you have minimized, right click your skin, and go to Open With, and you're going to open it with Photoshop. And do not close these two things down here. Alright, sweet. So you got your skin right here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in at 220. And that's dead center. You're not really missing anything in the picture. So, notice you got chat bike right here, and we're going to update it to this new skin right here. Make sure I got that copied again. What I'm going to do is, I want to work with two different things at the same time. I don't want to, like, confuse you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and just minimize that and start a new Photoshop document. Keep the resolution at 72. It should be the same as your skin. And since I had that image copied, it's regular height and width. Don't change that. Make sure it's an RGB color, 8-bit. Your background contents should be white. And you're gonna press OK. Okay. Now that you got this up, you got this blank white palette to work with. And so I'm going to go to Edit, I'll click Paste, and boom, there's the bike. And what you're going to do here is you're going to go to your layers. If your layer window isn't present, just go to Window and click Layers. And this should be down here. If not, it's probably over here, just move it down. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to make a new layer. And I'm going to click and drag this guy down here. So there's layer 1, layer 2, and then the background. I'm going to go ahead and delete the background because I don't need that. And so right now you get a transparent background to work with. So any changes you make to this, if you cut any of the white out right here, you see these checkerboards. The checkerboards indicate that it's transparent, and that's the key. You want it to be just like your skin. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to the Magic Wand tool. Wait, that's not it. Is it? Yeah, Magic Wand tool. If your Magic Wand tool isn't there and it's not highlighted, it says Magic Wand tool, you can either press W or right click it and click Magic Wand tool. So you got that up. My tolerance is at 20. Anti-alias, and then contiguous. Let's see what this does here. You notice that it didn't actually line up around the bike. It's because I had layer 2 highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and rename layer 1 to bike, just so I know what I'm working with. I'm going to go ahead and rename the transparent layer to trans, just so I know what I'm working with. It's just, you know, I recommend doing that, you know, to keep your layers organized and in place. And so you notice that's blue. That's the layer we want to work with right now. So I'm going to click that and inspect it, make sure nothing is going to be eaten away. And yeah, I don't want that white being eaten right there. So I'm going to actually bump that up to, bump that down to 15, see if that does. No, let's do 10. It's a little better. I think I'm going to have to go with this. So, you can go ahead and just press backspace, and that gets rid of it. And then, you see all these, white areas right here. these are still part of the background, and if you don't get rid of these white areas here, you know, the cavities in the image, those are going to show up in the game, so you don't want those. Just click it and press delete. I'll delete that. Now we'll delete this and this. And you don't have to worry about the wheels. You can just use the default wheel in the game, or unless you like working a lot, you can add these wheels into the game. No problem. Won't stop you from doing that. So what you're gonna do is go to your lasso tool and use the polygonal lasso tool. Make sure you're still on bike, the bike layer. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just delete these wheels off here. So you're gonna click around and drag a box right around here. And you want to make it to where the swing arm is with the bike. So make sure you keep the swing arm. And well, the program just freaked out. So I'm going to do that again, but maybe just do a couple at a time. And you don't have to worry about keeping the mud flap. You can just go ahead and just cut through that. It's all good. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that mud flap. Cool, and you should just have the bike with the swing arm just kind of popping out there. I'm going to kind of just trim that up a little bit. There's still part of the tire there. And I noticed that there's a cavity right up in here. So I'm going to delete that. And there's a cavity right here in the engine. And here. And here. Okay. And now what you're going to do is get rid of this wheel. And you just go around the fork. Cool, and that's what it should look like. And you see the brake tubing right here. You want to get rid of that too. Let's be nice and precise with that. Cool, and this should be your end result. If you want to create your own, custom number for the bike, you can just wipe that out with the brush tool and just enter in your own number and put it in there and rotate it. And whenever I make my own custom skins for my own bikes, and when I have my own numbers, I go right here and kind of make it appear as though that same number is right there. There's actually part of the throttle tube right here, the throttle cable right here, so I'm going to get rid of that too. Cool, and this should be your end result. And I'm going to delete a little bit of that too, because that looks kind of weird. And there, that's what you should have. And then you're going to go to your rectangular box tool over here, and you're going to click and drag a box over the bike. Make sure you're still in bike layer. If you add any customizations to this layer, like if you add like your own stuff to it and you get like a bunch of layers over here, what you're going to do is hold Control on the keyboard and click each of those layers, and you need to right click it and press merge layers, and what that does is it puts all your stuff together, and that should be your bike. Cool, so I'm going to go ahead up here to copy and minimize this, and I'm going to go back to my skin and I'm going to press paste. And you notice the bike is just huge. It's just massive. So what you're going to do is just use your, what tool is that? Move tool, and just kind of move that. And then you got, I just click one of these dragger things and this stuff pops up and it says like your height percent and your width percent. Go ahead and bump those both down to 50, just so you have something a little easier to work with. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it down to say 35%. Cool. That's just right around the size of your stuff. So you're gonna go back to that tool and you're gonna press apply whenever this pops up, and you're gonna go back and then you're gonna just drag that back over there. So you notice how how it's kind of magnetic to the document. So you want to make sure the tail is just right there with the bike. And you notice you got two layers. Layer 0 is your original layer, and your layer 1 is the bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to this drag corner and drag it to about here, because that's about the same length of the bike. And I'm gonna go down here and just bring that down to where it lines up with the chassis. Alright, so now that you're done with that, go ahead and you can press any of these icons. I'll just click that rectangular tool, and you notice that this bike is covering the other bike. Well, there's still another bike behind that, and we want that gone. So what you're going to do is go to layer 0 and just, drag a box up and under that. Just make sure you're on layer 0. Make this easier, I'll just make this layer transparent. I'll make the new bike just not appear to be on the screen. So make sure you got layer 0, your original layer, highlighted, and then you're going to press delete, and boom, the bike is gone. So you see how the swing arm is here and the forks are here. Just leave that there and you go back to your layer 1, and we want the new forks and the new swing arm. So what I'm going to do is use this good old tool called the polygonal lasso tool, and I'm just going to get up over here in this little crack right there, and boom. And then I'm going to go up here to the move tool. Yeah, move tool. And then I'm going to drag it over here. Just kind of line it up dead center. And then you're going to rotate it and then stretch it to the same length as the original forks. So for comparison's sake, I'll just put it next to that. Yeah, it should be good. And that should be perfectly aligned with the other forks. And you're still in layer 1, you're going to go to layer 0 and click box under here, and the other forks are gone now. And so you're still in layer 0. Your original stuff's here. Your new bike is here. So go back to layer 1, and we're going to work on getting the swing on this bike with the polygonal lasso tool. And you're just going to move this guy down here. Put the center down. And you're going to rotate it to where the brakes are this way and not over here. And just put this down here. If it's being magnetic with you, like it's not letting you put it in a certain position, just hold control, and it gives you the power you need to move all that. So there you go. And just rotate it just a little bit more. Okay. Just being a little stubborn here. And then you're going to make sure you drag it to about the same length as the other swing arm. Do a little bit of stretching there. Okay, and you notice that the new one is on top of the old one. You're just going to go to layer 0 and drag a box up under there. And press backspace to get rid of it. And there. You got your new skin, but with just one thing. You got 2 layers. You want it to be just one layer. If you try to put this into the game with 2 layers, it's not going to read right. So what you're going to do is hold Control and click all other layers that exist on this layer palette. You're going to right click and go to Merge Layers. Just like that, you got 1 layer. Now you're going to go to File and click Save. And if a window doesn't pop up, then you did it right. You did it just perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and X this out for memory lag's sake. No, I can save changes in that. And then this window is up here. It says some files extracted from resources.jar were modified or new files were created. Do you wish to put them in the archive? And you're going to click yes. Minimize that and minimize this. And then you got something like this. File skim1.png was modified. Do you wish to update it in the archive? Yes. Okay, so now you're going to scroll down and double click skin1.png, and there you go. You got your new skin. Let's see what it looks like in the game. Go ahead and X out all that. You're good. X out of this. And gonna run Bad Skills Motocross. Let's see how it came out. And go to play. Let's play. Change the division. I'm gonna go to one of the tracks that I made. I'm gonna go to the Phoenix track that I made. Give that a sec to load. And there you go. There's new skin. Chad Reed killing it with his new skin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.